Spring has sprung, and that means it's time to break out those shorts and tank tops. But just as your wardrobe requires a change, so does your skincare routine. And here to give us 9 tips for springtime skincare is Dr. Doris Day. Doris, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So why is it so important to change our skincare routine as the weather changes?
Well, as the seasons change, actually our bodies are affected, and I see flares of whatever condition someone has, whether it's acne, eczema, psoriasis, because that change of season is a stress on our body. Also, as the seasons change, especially towards spring, there's more water in the air, more humidity. So you put away your heavy winter skincare products and bring out your lighter products as well.
So what worked in the winter doesn't work now, and I guess that's your first tip, is to put away the old and bring out the new, right?
Absolutely, and it's actually very refreshing. That's part of your spring cleaning regimen.
Right. Good. So what are some of the new things we're going to bring out? Lighter moisturizers? What are the kinds of things?
If you were using a cream at night, you can go towards a lighter lotion type of moisturizer. If you're already using a lotion, if your skin is more oily, you can probably stop moisturizing altogether for those spring to summer months. So just see how your skin responds and what it needs, and you can act accordingly. If you wake up in the morning and your skin is very dry, then you need to moisturize a little bit better at night. Okay. And that will be how you gauge it.
All right, good. And you say your second tip is try a treatment. Is this anything from microdermabrasion to a simple facial?
This can be an in-office treatment, which is always a nice way to rejuvenate and refresh your skin for spring, but also it's about refreshing your mind. So it can be as simple as getting a pitcher of water, putting some cucumber slices in and refrigerating it, and then either putting those cucumbers on your face or just a cool washcloth. Put on some cool, relaxing music and just feel your whole body rejuvenating. Give yourself a few minutes break and just feel it come through your skin, and afterwards rinse with water and put on a moisturizer. And in my book, Forget the Facelift, I give you lots of great at-home recipes of things you can make for your skin and also things you can eat for your skin that will help rejuvenate your skin and get it ready for spring.
So you can go high-end or you can go simple and do it at home.
Or you can combine the two and get the most out of it.
That's right. And your next tip is that you have to be very careful about sun protection now. Is that correct?
I see the worst sunburns in the spring. We all have cabin fever. We're so tired of being indoors all winter, and the first nice warm day, everybody's outside, and they forget about the sunscreen. They actually want that warmth of the sun. But you can enjoy your time outdoors. I actually encourage it. But just use sunscreen every day all year round. And now there are sunscreens that comes in powders, gels, foams, creams, wipes, sprays. There is something for everyone. So you need to apply it and reapply it every 2 hours and get your vitamin D from a pill. Don't count on the sun. That's always an excuse people use, so I want to put it out there. Don't get your vitamin D necessarily all from the sun. Try to get it from a supplement. Protect your skin, because skin cancer is a problem.
And how do you feel about a daily moisturizer with an SPF? Do you recommend that?
It's fine as long as you use enough. So an SPF 15 and higher is fine, but you need to reapply it regularly. And if you get a powder and you just put it in your bag, when you go out for lunch, you can just brush it on over your makeup, and that works really well. And I brush it on my hands as well, so you don't get those brown spots.
So we can't be fooled into thinking the daily moisturizer we put on in the morning is going to protect us all day if it has a little SPF in it.
It's gone within 2 hours. Even if you don't sweat or swim it off, it's gone within 2 hours. So you need to reapply it before you go out for lunch. And the sun doesn't care what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're out to lunch or you're at the beach. When you're outdoors in the sun is affecting your skin, and it's a cumulative effect. So it's over time, it just keeps building up, and at some point it starts to show.
And that's why you say, your next tip, invest in a cute little hat and some sunglasses.
That's true. I think a hat and sunglasses is physical protection that adds to what the sunscreen can do. So sunscreen can only do so much. It's really not protective enough. So a hat and sunscreen will add to that, and the hat should have ideally a 3-inch rim, and sunglasses should cover the sides.
And they look cute. And your next tip, which is important, you say is to treat body acne.
Well, we're ready to start wearing those beautiful outfits that have maximal exposure.
Bikinis, perhaps.
Yes. And when people work out, they wear a lot of spandex, which is not very breathable, and so they can get body acne and even acne on the butt. So things like treating body acne, getting it ready for spring, and don't pick, because that'll just make it last longer.
And what about doing those self-screenings for skin cancer? So important right now.
Very, very important. Do self-screenings at home, and then see your dermatologist once a year. Spring is a great time to do that. Have a once-over, head to toe, between the toes and the scalp, just to make sure that you're okay.
I love
that. It's
good
peace of mind.
Don't forget the between the toes.
Yeah.
And now you also say if you're really interested in a tan, you should probably go with a self-tanner, right?
Sunless tanner is absolutely safe. It doesn't go beyond the upper layers. I'm really trying to encourage people to go with their own glow and to celebrate their own beautiful skin color. Use a little bronzer or something if you'd like. But also, if you go to the website skincancer.org, there's great tips on sunless tanners and how to protect your skin.
So if you're pale, just celebrate it, you know, a turn of the century look.
Enjoy.
Now, what about, you say, getting a mani-pedi? That's an important tip.
I see a lot of feet problems in the spring. We put on our sandals and there's so many issues. So having a mani-pedi actually helps you celebrate this change of season. Some of it you can do at home. There's great foot products that you can use as well. And while you're doing that mani-pedi, if you do it yourself, check between your toes. Also, always a good place to check for moles, and the bottom of your feet. It's not always sun related, so you have to check everywhere and treat yourself to some fun.
And it just makes you feel great. And finally, your last tip, you say exfoliate from head to toe.
Exfoliating is really great, but just be careful not to over-exfoliate because that can actually irritate the skin.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Doris Day. It's always a pleasure having you on the show. And for more health tips that are good to know, log on to the health page at abcnews.com. We'll be right back.